So welcome, friends. It's Wednesday. We're focusing on our bones, osteoporosis, this class, which, by the way, most yoga poses do apply to that benefit. So what we're using in this class would be a yoga mat. If you don't have one of those, you could substitute with a folded blanket, perhaps on a carpeted surface, something like that. It's nice to have a set of yoga blocks. These are the styrofoam versions. And if you don't have, these are not very expensive. They're nice to have to just prop the body as you might need. I like them as arm extenders. I have short arms. So yoga blocks, you can substitute those with a couple of canned goods of equal size and weight. If you don't have those today and would like to add those in. This is a standard yoga strap. And this is easy to substitute if you don't have one this morning. So that could be a scarf, a long skinny scarf, a belt, a dog leash, a bathrobe tie. Any of those items could work. I have a little squishy mat for padding. And then I've also rolled up a towel affixed with rubber bands, a homemade bolster. I use those usually on the backs of my knees. Another optional item would be hand weights. This is a set of 1 pounders. I also have a set of 2 pounders. Nothing heavier than 2 pounds in this class. We have our chair, our friend the chair. This is a standard metal folding chair. Definitely no wheels on your chair, please. And preferably no arms. And this morning I'm adding in wrist weights and I'm adding in ankle weights. These I'd recommend only if you feel like you want more challenge. I would recommend, first of all, getting comfortable with the movements. Once you feel comfortable with the movements and you'd like more challenge, you can either add free weights or you could add wrist weights or ankle weights. Now, these ankle weights, they're very, very old. I've had them forever. So I don't know if they still sell this kind, but they have like little compartments and you can put weight in there. So in other words, you can take away or you can add weights according to your specifications, your need. So I've got my ankle weights fairly light, and I think that these wrist weights might be only about 1 pound, 2 at the most. So don't add those in until you're ready, and that will definitely help build bone density if you're adding more weights, more resistance. Also remember that what you eat is important, taking the correct vitamins and herbs, etc., is important. Getting enough sleep is important. So all of those elements work together. So questions can be answered at the end of class. Let's just start with the feet below the hips. The toes point forward. We're going to lift one heel, place it down. Second heel, place it down. Right heel, left heel. Think about lifting those heels nice and high. And you're spreading the 5 toes wide. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Bringing the feet to stillness. We lift the right heel and just start circling that right ankle joint. See if you can get at the ankle joint to initiate the movement. It's not knee or thigh. That's completely passive. Ankle joint moving. We'll do 4, 3, 2, standing tall. Last 1. Circle the other direction. Noticing any differences or changes in this direction? Maybe there are, maybe there aren't. Breathing, remembering to stand nice and tall, crown of head floating to sky. And then that heel comes down slowly. Let's shift the weight to the right leg. Lift your left heel and let the left ankle joint start circling. Noticing if that's different on this side or not. Maybe it feels the same. And here again, no self-judgment, no competition, not even with yourself. So you're just observing, you're doing an inventory, switch directions if you haven't done so already. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, shake everything out. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take the feet maybe hip distance apart. Hands can rest on hip crease or waist. Inhale forward, squeezing the navel as you round in the back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Again, monitoring any areas that might feel sore, tight, sticky. and directing your breath to those areas. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Corkscrewing back to center. Now we're going to shift the hips in the opposite direction. Inhale forward, exhale back. Is this circle the same? Is this direction the same? Or not? We'll do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to center. Rolling up to shoulders, forward, up, back, and down. Here again. Think about opening the chest. And think about working on your perfect posture all day, or as intermittently as you remember. I find myself slumping and then autocorrect. Same thing when you're driving. Think about your posture when you're driving. Let's circle the shoulders in the other direction. Those car seats are not designed, let's say, for bone health, because you're slumped forward with your hands on the steering wheel. And so that's curving forward. We want to rotate and curve back. Shake everything out. Nice and easy. Let's go ahead. If you need to be near your chair for support, that's fine. Maybe you've got an available wall for support. Maybe you've got a large piece of furniture that will not move if you push your hands and your weight against it. You don't want anything toppling over on anyone. So from here, let's just take the right foot forward. We're going to dig the heel into the mat. The toes point up skyward. We're going to just tap that toe here. Start tapping those toes for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep tapping on 1. We're going to go side, front, with the foot for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to stillness, shaking that out. Now shift the weight to your right leg. Left heel digs into mat, toes point skyward, tapping those toes. Then hum a little tune in your head to this, if you'd like. We can do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep tapping on 1. Side, front, back to us. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Never mind. Then coming back to center, shake it out. Shake out both sides. Now I'm going to take my chair and face the back of my chair. I'll do this in profile so you can see. Feet again are directly under hips, toes point forward. Autocorrect that posture. Crown of head floats up to the sky. 4 corners of each foot rooting into the earth. The right foot will stay forward. The left foot's going to go back. That back foot needs to be flat, so only go as far back as you can to keep the foot flat. And then we're going to tilt forward about 10 degrees with the torso. You should feel a definite stretch in the back of your left leg. Those hamstrings are speaking to you nicely, I hope. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Torso comes back upright. Lift the back left heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press the heel into the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. We lift the back left heel. Torso is going to be upright. Now both legs are going to bend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Back heel stays lifted throughout. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. We'll do 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pumps. 4, 3, 2, 1. We straighten. Left foot comes forward to meet the right and just shake out both sides. Being kind to your feet and your legs. Now the left foot stays forward, the right foot goes back, only as far back as the foot can stay flat. And now we're going to tilt forward with the torso 10 to 15 degrees. Now you should be noticing the hamstrings in the back of your right leg. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming upright from this passive stretch. Back right heel lifts. Inhale, lift, exhale, press. Inhale, lift, exhale, press. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Relift the back right heel. Now the legs are going to bend and straighten. The torso stays upright, so no lurching forward. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pumps. 4, 3, 2, 1. We straighten. Right foot comes to meet the left. Shake everything out. How was that side? Since we're here, let's go ahead and face our chair seats. So I'm going to just make a right angle with the body here. So no dropping of head, no head drooping. So crown of head lines up with tailbone. So that back is flat. You can serve tea on your back, no spilling. So now I'm not going to mirror you for this. Shift the weight to your right leg. Left bent knee into nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, donkey kick. Inhale, bend. Exhale, kick. We'll do 8. Pelvis is squared. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep floating that leg. And if it's available, you've got your left leg floating. Now get your right arm stretching forward for bird dog. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm comes down, leg comes down. Micro bend the knees, left and right. Oh boy, that's snuck in there. Let's go ahead and shift the weight to your left leg. Right bent knee with the nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, kick. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat, point that toe. Right leg floats. Left arm comes forward for bird dog. For 4, 3, 2, 1. One arm comes down, leg comes down. Let's micro bend the knees left and right just to recover. Big full breath. Now shift the weight to your right leg. Left bent knee comes into nose. Now it goes out to the side on the left. Circle with your left bent knee. In the air. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other direction. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot meets the right. Woo! Micro bend the knees. Recovering. Staying calm and relaxed. Now shift the weight to your left leg. Right bent knee into nose. Now the leg goes out to the side on the right. Circle in the air for 4 with the bent knee. 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot meets the left. Micro bend the knees, left and right. Oof. Now staying here in this right angle position, let's take the feet out to the side, nice and wide. Now here you might want to just rest your head on the chair seat, maybe on stacked palms, maybe on stacked fists, maybe just holding the side of the chair. So the toes point forward slightly. They can turn out a little bit. And from here, we're going to stay in this big squat, and you're going to move side to side as though your bum is attached to a tiny little railroad track. So it's not about lifting up in the middle and then going back down. It's about staying in this low horizontal plane for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Move back to center, big squat. Straighten the legs and either heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. You're going to rise up, triple slow time, maybe using the back of the chair for support. Open the chest by rolling the shoulders. And just noticing now, let's pause here in mountain pose. This is mountain pose here. So everything is aligned. Arm, head lines up with tailbone. Shoulders roll forward, up, back, and down. Little space underneath the arms to allow for the flow of air. And just dropping into that space now, noticing where the energy has shifted in the body. Heart beating, blood flowing, chi moving throughout the system. Big full breaths here for 4, 3, 2, take your time. 1. Nice, shake everything up. Let's go ahead and we'll work on the upper body a bit. So feet directly under the hips. And let's extend the arms out to the side. Palms face the earth. And then pumping those straight arms up and down. Bouncing invisible tennis balls. Or whatever sphere of your choice might be. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to stillness, flip the palms to the sky, same thing. 8, 7, bouncing them off the ceiling now. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's slowly take them down, resisting the gravity. Don't just let them flop. Shake it out. Nice work. If you want to have extra weights, hand weights, that's an option, but don't go crazy. Just make sure you're ready for that. That's next step. So let the arms are in goddess pose here. Inhale, open, and maybe this is a baby back bend as you look up to the sky. Exhale, close the forearms together as you gently round the back, not too much. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's reopen. Now twisting right, back to center, left, back to center. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming down slowly out of this. And now maybe the legs come slightly wider, not too much. We're going to swing the arms forward and back. Make sure you have clearance behind you, forward and back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And swing the arms standing up now. Swing those arms. And now they're going to slice in front of the body, slice in back of the body. So those arms are not touching the body. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly segueing into twisting. So now you're twisting side to side. The arms are like empty coat sleeves that can just bounce off the body. And you're looking over the shoulder to the wall behind you. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're slowly going to unwind, just very slowly. Nice work. Shake everything out. Let's take the hands into a soft fist. And you can do this in a chair as well, so that you're going to be close to the front of your chair seat, not to the back. You're going to place your fists in your hip crease. The back is going to stay flat. So it's inhale, crown of head lifts to sky, nice flat back as you go down until you come to a sticking point where you can't go any farther. And those fists are neatly tucked into your belly. Here we go. We're going to pump the belly as we pause in this forward fold. So the belly expands like a balloon. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze it. Inhale. Exhale, navel to spine. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now coming up with a flat back only. Do not round up. Flat back only. Coming on up. We're trying to counteract all the slumping forward that we do during the course of the day, whether it's driving, slumping over computers, shopping carts, whatever. Just rolling those shoulders, loosening it up, nice and easy. Now, you may need to be near your chair, but you may not need to be. So you can decide. The feet start with your under the hips. And your right foot's going to go slightly farther forward than your left. We're going to take our little bird beak hand, so that's the 4 fingers meeting the thumb. Plug it there underneath your collarbone, the clavicle. And with your right bent elbow, you're going to scoot forward. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. So you're getting a rocking motion going in the body, in the feet, balancing. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back underneath, feet underneath hips. Left foot comes slightly farther forward. Slight angle. Bent left elbow forward and back. Forward and back. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly coming back to stillness, shaking it out. Get rid of those shoulder kinks. Now, what I'm going to do is you can do this in a chair. Let's start in the chair. But you can also show you how you can do it standing. So many options here. You got your chair. We're going to place the bum closer to the front of the chair seat than the back of the chair seat. You may or may not wish to use weights. Weights are optional. You don't have to use them if you don't have them or don't want to. So let's start with the legs nice and wide here. And the right forearm can rest on the right thigh. The left arm, your left arm is straight in the middle. And we're going to just hold in like you're pulling a bow and arrow. So it's inhale, draw it back, exhale. Inhale, draw it back, exhale. We'll do 8, or as many as you can manage. 7, coordinating breath with movement. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the arm back on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it back, but your chest is squared. Arm makes a right angle. Inhale, straighten, exhale. This is my injured side, so I'm modifying. Inhale, exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight arm, half rainbow arc as you slowly descend with your arm down to the side. Ooh, shake it out. And then before we get rid of this weight in the left hand, let's come back to the center and just circle the arm, stretching out any muscles that got tight or cramped. And let's go the other direction. Gently. And then coming up slowly. Now, of course, if you wanted to do this, I'm just going to demo this side only. You can do it standing like your inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So you can choose which variation is best for you. Let's go ahead, left forearm and left thigh, right straight arm in the middle. So here we go. Inhale, exhale, bow and arrow. Inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the arm back on 1, little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the arm back, the chest is still squared. Arm forms a right angle. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. On the straight half rainbow arch, slowly resist as you come down on the right side. Shake out your shoulders. Right straight arm comes in the middle. And now let's just circle here to just ease out any cramping, any tightness, any glitches in there. And then you're going to circle in the other direction. Breathing. Nice. And then coming slowly back to center. Let's go ahead and take the legs and feet in parallel. No weight or one weight. And the palms face down on the thighs. Avoid the knee joint. You're sitting close to the front of your chair seat. You're sitting tall, crown of head lined up with tailbone. Yeah. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then pausing, taking a breath, recollecting in the middle. Big breath in. Big breath out. Now we're going to stay on the right side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 8, as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. I'm feeling it. Here we go. Shake it out. That's the legs. Give it a little pause. Now we go to the left. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh boy. Here we go. Back to center, shake everything out, nice and easy. And now we're going to take the palms to face the midline. The arms are straight. The legs are slightly wider apart, not too much. Just tilt forward with the torso. See if you can think about the upper arms keeping still and only the elbow bending for hammer curls. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it back on 1. Palms face the ceiling now, and now you're lifting those straight arms higher than your bum, and they're going to stay higher than your bum. If you pump those palms up toward the sky. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower the arms down. Staying right the same with your torso. Palms face the midline. Some flies here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Slowly the arms come down. Nice and easy. Little sound things just doesn't want to stay put. All right, so in your right hand, the palm faces outward. No weight, one weight, or two weights in your right hand. We'll do biceps. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This time, only open halfway. So the forearm is parallel to the earth. Loosen the palms so you can pump it up towards the sky. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, slowly unwind. And then we're going to switch over to the other side. No weight, one weight, or two weights in your left hand. The palm faces outward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 8. Shh. Don't rush it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Okay. Unwind. Triple slow time. Nice and easy. Weights can go down. Bye-bye for now. Let's scoot all the way to the back of the chair. Hopefully you've got some support for your low back and some support for the upper thighs, the upper part of the thighs. And the legs are not quite in parallel. They're wide, a little bit wider. The feet are flexed. So now we're going to point and flex those feetsies. Spread the toes wide. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Keep pointing and flexing and then adding in ankle circles. Getting fancy here, choreography. If you're circling, be sure you circle in both directions. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And now bringing those legs to parallel, the feet are going to be flexed. One arm comes up, the other arm comes up, staff pose in your chair. Maybe you want to pump the belly as you flutter the feet. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Arms slowly come down. Feet come down. Really nice work. Let's go ahead and scoot close to the front of your chair seat. Let's take the right forearm and press it to the inside of the right thigh. So the thigh is pressing against the arm presses against the thigh. The left arm comes up to sky. Shh. Breathing. For 4, chest is squared. 3, 2, 1. Top arm circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Arm slowly comes down as you return to center. And now the left forearm presses into the left thigh. The thigh presses into the forearm. Isometric press. And then we lift all the way up to the sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm comes down. Slowly, slowly. Take that arm slow. And now I'm going to readjust this microphone, which is giving me a hard time today. All right. So now we get the feet back to center. Not too close, a little bit wider. And now think about that spine. So this is a whip-like motion with the spine. So you're going to think about getting as much flexibility and movement in the spine, in the vertebra, as you can. So think about leading with the chin. Exhale forward. Inhale, tuck the chin as you roll up. Exhale forward. Inhale, tuck the chin as you roll up. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Last one. And now we're going to come back and do the reverse. So now you're going to tuck the chin. Inhale, and then you sweep forward. Exhale. Like you're breaking the waves with the crown of your head. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, sweep forward. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Very nice work. And then bringing the legs together. Let's just bounce the legs together for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly coming to stillness. I'm going to move some of these props off of the mat. Getting up off of the chair. You might want to be close to your chair or your wall or your piece of furniture. I'm going to grab some wall right now. And I'm going to use a block instead. But there are several options for this. This will be a modified tree pose. So either with your fingertips on the back of your chair, if you have a block, you might want to put the block on the low setting and the feet surround it. So you've got the block in the middle. Let's shift the weight to your right leg. And then the left toes come onto the block. And the knee points out, I'd say 30 to 45 degrees, but you're still facing forward with the torso. Find a drishti spot. That's in yoga. That's a spot that's not going to move. So you can look at a spot on the floor, a spot on the wall, and that will help with balance. Focusing on that spot, lift one arm up, second arm up, modified tree for 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and then the wind comes up and my tree branches are moving for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Hands come together, coming down the midline, stopping at the heart center. Think about lifting up through that supporting right leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come down, foot leg comes down, shake it out. How was that side? Now you're going to shift the weight to your left leg. Right toes approach the block. Knee points out 30 to 45, but the pelvis is square to the front of your space. Locate that drishti point on the floor or the wall. And then maybe one arm comes up, maybe the second arm comes up. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, and then the wind is back again. Moving our tree limbs. We do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Palms come together, hands slide down the center of the body, pausing here, lifting through that supporting left leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come down, foot leg comes down, shake it out. I'm going to show you the various levels of tree very quickly, because lots of times I see it being done in a harmful way. So ordinarily you would just have nothing there. You would shift the weight, and it would either be to the ankle or the calf or the thigh. So when I see a lot of things, it's the foot on the knee and you're pushing into that knee joint. Don't do that. Either be above the knee joint with the leg out 30 to 45, or at the calf, leg 30 to 45, or at the ankle 30 to 45. Not at the knee. Just saying, right? Okay, so let's get that out of the way. Let's take our blocks and we're going to move to the narrow end of the mat. There's one thing I did want to show you too while we're still standing. You have an available wall, and you can even do this at the kitchen sink. You can do push-ups against the wall, and this is going to build bone density. And if you have weights, that's going to build even more. So you get to the point where you've positioned your body, the body stays straight, and you're going to push, and then push it back. In and back. So this is a good way to strengthen your arms. Let's say you're pausing between doing dishes, doing whatever it is you're doing at the sink. Do 5 or 10 of these babies periodically throughout the day. So that's push-ups, standing up. Now let's face the short end of the mat. If you have anxiety about getting on the earth, let me quickly show you how to use the chair. So you're facing the chair seat, weight will be in your arms. Shift the weight to one leg and then float a knee down. The second knee will join it. Now you're on the earth. To get back up again, the same thing. Most of the weight in your arms. Maybe you want to assist one leg forward. And then these back toes are tucked. Weight will be in the arms. You're going to lift that bum up. Inhale. Exhale. 1 foot under chair seat, 2nd foot under chair seat. Slowly, slowly rise up using the chair back so you don't get dizzy. You don't want anyone passing out, getting hurt. So now we're going to face that narrow end of the mat. Inhale up, swan dive, exhale forward. Inhale up, exhale, bow. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's keep the fingertips on the mat. Maybe they're on low blocks. Here you can let the head hang, because now that head is like a 15-pound bowling ball. It's tractioning the spine, creating space between the vertebra, the spongy discs between the vertebra, giving them a little more room to work for 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come to stillness. Let's shake the head yes. Let's shake the head no. Maybe adding horse lips, Mr. Ed. Now the hands can be on the mat or the low blocks as you step back into down dog, or getting onto the mat as best you can. If you're in down dog, you're in a triangle shape, you're pressing the chest close to the tops of the thighs. Start bicycle pedaling your heels, wagging your fluffy dog butt, your fluffy dog tail. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly floating those knees down to the earth. Big toes together, knees wide apart, press into child pose. Whee! And this is where I take my rolled towel, tuck it in there behind the knees, press the hips back toward the heels. And now we're stretching our tops of thighs, the tops of the feet. Maybe little wiggles, maybe not. For 4, 3, 2, 1, nice. And then coming slowly back up out of this. I'm going to remove my towel and placing my hands on the blocks. Here is a nice place if you wanted to pat your knees a little bit more. This is the spot you can do it in. Make sure there's no lumps or bumps if you're using a blanket or towel. And here we're going to do a series of cat-cow. Let's tuck the 10 toes here. And staying in neutral table, hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide. Crown of head lined up with tailbone. Inhale, drop belly, spread the sits bones wide. Exhale, arch and squeeze like a Halloween cat. Inhale, drop belly. Exhale, arch and squeeze. Let's do 4 of these. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Coming back now, toes are still tucked. Let's rock back and forth on those heels. If your wrists are bothering you, you could come down on your forearms and do that. So you can rock back and forth to open the feet, or you could sit on your heels if you're a dumpy person, and that seems like an easy move for you. A lot of people find it extremely challenging. So find your middle way here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming out of it, untucking the toes, let's pound the tops of the feet. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly coming out of it, let's find our way to sitting, facing the narrow end of the mat. So now you can either add weights or not, strictly optional. And let's start with the knees bent. We'll do a few forwards with the chest. Exhale, back and squeeze. Inhale forward. Exhale, back and squeeze. This time we go forward, stay back. This time, lift the chest, drop the shoulders away, tuck the chin. One lower leg comes up, and either the hands together, or maybe with a block or a rate, you can decide. Twisting side to side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Leg comes down. Let's take the chest through the knees. Inhale. Exhale, go back and stay back with the chest, drop shoulders away, opposite lower leg, twisting, transverse abdominals. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Use the prop. If you were using it, leg comes down, come back way through. Bring the chest through your knees, and then you're going to roll on down onto your back body, drawing the knees into the chest. Now, if you have anxiety about being on the floor, if you have a nice firm mattress, at least double width size, I would recommend you could do it on a very firm mattress. Clear all the bedding away, all the pillows and the blankets. And you could even get a yoga mat to place on top there and do some of these moves here without having to get on the floor. Okay, we're going to stop rocking side to side now. Let's go ahead and rock the feet back down to the earth. I'm going to grab weights, but weights are optional. So you can either have no weight or one weight in your hip crease, and the knees are bent, the heels come close to the bum. Let's start by just doing pelvic tilts on the earth. Inhale, tilt forward like you're spilling water out of the pelvic bowl. Inhale forward, exhale back and squeeze. You're going to tuck back, squeezing the quads, the abdominals, the buttocks, and the pelvic floor. Inhale, tilt forward. Exhale back and squeeze. We'll do 4 of these on the earth. 3, 2, 2, 1. Next time you tilt forward, inhale, press the feet into the mat, exhale, lifting up into bridge pose. Don't look side to side for this. Chin is tucked into the chest, thighs are in parallel. Roll the spine down, vertebra by vertebra, triple slow time. The minute you land, tilt the pelvis forward, exhale, lift the pelvis up. Rolling it down, vertebra by vertebra. Oh. The minute the pelvis hits the earth, inhale, tilt forward, exhale, this time lift and squeeze, and you're going to stay up. You're going to squeeze the right butt cheek, left butt cheek, right, left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Tap the knees together. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Thighs in parallel, lifting, rolling it down. Triple slow time until you land, removing any weights if you were using them. And now drawing mindfully one knee into the chest. Very, very mindfully. Don't just pop it in there. You don't want to. The counter stretch to the back bend. Second bend knee into chest. Very slowly. I'm taking up my wrist weights. And maybe rocking on the sacrum here, circling on that sacrum. That's that bony little salad plate at the base of the spine. Just massaging the sacrum. And then when you find the opportunity, you're going to circle the other way. Gently. And then coming slowly to stillness in the middle. Feet land, feet are mat width apart. Arms in a T position. Let's windshield wiper those bent knees side to side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next time the knees drop left, leave them there. Maybe the face and the neck look to the right. Now, if it bothers your neck to look to the side, skip it. The bent knees can either land on something or not. We're in a supine twist here. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center. A few more windshield wipers to recalibrate. And the next time the bent knees drop to the right, leave them there. And the face and the neck can look to the left. If it bothers your neck to look to the side, just skip that part. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Couple more windshields just to finish it off. Recalibrate. And then either taking a strap or using your hands. Either way will work. Elevate the feet. Good. Keep the feet and legs in parallel. Even out the ends of your strap. And do like little horse reins. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2, 1. We straighten. Extend the feet out to the side. Big wide V. And let's just massage the whole back body here. Little self-soothing before we move into Shavasana, corpse pose, resting pose. Rocking side to side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center, feet in parallel. Getting rid of the strap. Feet return to earth. Arms and legs stretch out onto the mat on the floor. or wherever you might be, maybe on the bed. And then we've arrived in corpse pose, Shavasana, resting pose. Just let those feet flop off to the side. Oh, you might want to roll something under your knees to protect the low back. You have a crabby low back. Maybe cover yourself with sweatshirt, socks. Maybe get a sheet or a blanket if you're chilly. Flat on the back doesn't work. We turn to knees bent. Knees map together in the center. Feet are mat width apart. That's restorative rest pose. If flat on the back doesn't work, you can roll to one side and rest the head on the upper arm on a block or pushing on a block. Or if you have an available wall, you could do legs up the wall. Or you could sit in a chair, feet flat, crown of head floating up to sky. And then once you've organized your best version of Shavasana, just allowing the eyes to drop closed. Scanning the body for any residual tension, breathing into those areas. And then allowing the eyes to drop closed. And then noticing that warmth, that relaxation starting in the soles of the feet as we approach our friend, the imaginary hot tub. And that warmth permeates the toes, the feet, the ankles. And then it moves into the low legs. From there, it moves into the knee joints, permeating the complex structure of the knees. And then it moves into the thighs, legs and feet becoming very heavy. From there, that warmth moves into the hips, the pelvis, the low back releases, the buttocks release. And from there, it moves into the waist and torso, encircling the ribs, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, spleen, pancreas, colon, small intestine, large intestine, stomach, all those vital organs deeply relaxed. And from there, it moves into chest and shoulders, rolling down both arms, all the way to the fingertips, all the way to the fingertips. And then it moves into the throat and the neck. And then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. Back of the neck releases. Face and jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull. As though a white circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together now. The whole body together. The whole body together. And while we rest in Shavasana, a short poem from my friend, K. Francis Scott. I am now going outside. Moonflowers suddenly abound. Fast they grow and grand they flourish, only to meet their demise just after midday. Each August nightfall brings a brand new batch. Full bloom, their scent defines night air. They talk to each other, arrange themselves, remark upon the weather, one another. I open my south-facing door, step with a care, find my chair, sit, quiet, hardly breathing, so as to more fully experience their complete presence. They are not burdened with thought, only filled with purpose. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And if you're on the earth, drawing the knees into your chest, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. May the moon and the stars pour their healing light upon you. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.